The date is December 29th, 2025. It is 3 o'clock in the morning in the frozen forests of the Novgorod region, 400 kilometers northwest of Moscow. According to the Kremlin, the night sky is alive.
A war of words instead of bombs Monday as Russian and Ukrainian officials trade
Russia has accused Ukraine of launching an attack on one of President Vladimir Putin's residences.
The prospects for peace in Ukraine have been dealt a fresh blow.
You know who told me about it? President Putin told me about it. Early in the morning he said he was attacked. That's no good.
Russian radar screens are lighting up. Sirens are wailing. Not one, not 10, but 91 suicide drones are swarming through the dark, skimming the treetops at 150 kilometers an hour. Their target isn't a power plant. It isn't an oil refinery. Their flight path is locked onto a single highly specific coordinate, the Valdai residence, the private lakeside palace of Vladimir Putin.
So postcardsy.
By sunrise, the diplomatic world is on fire. President Trump is on the phone, reportedly furious. Peace talks, which were rumored to be 95% complete, are suddenly frozen. The Russians claim they have just survived the largest assassination attempt of the war.
Made life a lot better than Russia, Ukraine alone.
But here's the twist. Nobody in the town of Valdai heard a thing. No explosions, no fireballs, no sirens. So how did Ukraine supposedly pull off this massive aerial siege? Or did they? To understand how a strike like this is even possible, we have to go inside the secret drone warfare hubs of Ukraine. If this mission was real, the planning didn't start that night. It started weeks ago in a bunker in Kiev or Lviv. The logistics of sending 91 drones over 1,000 kilometers deep into the heart of Russia is a nightmare of engineering. First, the hardware. You aren't using store-bought quadcopters for this. You are using the Lyuti, the Fierce, and the Bober, the Beaver. These are the workhorses of Ukraine's long-range fleet. They look like small Cessnas, sleek carbon fiber bodies, rear-mounted propellers, vast wingspans. They are loud like angry lawnmowers, but they are hard to kill. The pre-plan involves a game of cat and mouse with Russian air defense. Ukrainian intelligence uses satellite data, often provided by commercial partners or allies, to map out the blind spots in Russia's radar coverage. For the Valdai run, the flight path is insane. They would have to launch from the border regions, Sumy or Chernihiv, and fly north. Not in a straight line, but weaving. They cross into Bryansk, duck low over Smolensk to avoid radar, cut through Tver, and finally hook north toward Novgorod. That is a 6 to 7 hour flight in freezing temperatures. To pull this off, the operators program the drones to fly in silence mode. No active communication back to base, just pure autonomous GPS navigation. They launch them in waves. The first wave is the bait, cheap drones meant to wake up the Russian radar and force them to waste expensive missiles. The second wave is the hammer, the heavy warheads aimed at the palace. Russia claims 50 drones were stopped, but 41 made it through to Putin's Valdai residence, supposedly the most protected sky on Earth. Moscow calls it a heroic defense, but Lavrov had a darker message for the world. This was an attempt to decapitate the Russian state, but at sunrise the narrative cracks. Usually modern war is live-streamed, like the Kremlin dome strike or the Tatarstan refineries. Yet in Valdai, silence. Locals say they slept through the night. Even the dogs didn't bark. No smoke, no videos, just a clean map and questionable debris. Analysts call it an anomaly, while Ukraine dismisses the entire attack as a fabrication. Whether 91 drones actually flew that night, or whether they were ghosts on a radar screen painted by a propaganda officer, the result is the same. The peace talks stalled. The war escalated. Ukraine has proven it can strike this deep. They have hit targets in Moscow and St. Petersburg before. They have the technology. They have the plan. But the Valdai incident of 2025 will likely go down in history not as a great military raid, but as one of the most audacious information operations of the modern era. The drones may have been invisible, but the political explosion they caused was very, very real.